Hello friends, so I'm here with you for solving one algorithmic questions. This is one of the medium level complex problem that is commonly asked in coding interview. So let's try to do it. And the coding challenge is find first duplicate character. Okay, so find first duplicate character. We need to from a string. Okay, so for example, if you have a string hello world, in this case what is the first character that gets repeated? This first duplicate is L. Okay, L should be the answer. Similarly, in case of A, B, C, D, E, F, and then again A, and so here the duplicate character is A. Okay, so wherever it's repeated we need to find that. Okay, looks simple. Let's try to do this. So I'll create a method, public static, and I'll return the character. So character find first duplicate, and this will accept uh, argument for, suppose I have sentences. Okay, so one of the easiest way that we can do is using the brute force mechanism. So how it works: for int I equal to 0 till I less than sentences I plus plus. Okay, and so what I'll do, let me call this method from here. Okay, and I'll just add system.out.println first duplicate. Okay, and here I'll pass the value A, B, C, D, E, F, A, like this. So I'll iterate each, and so I'll use first loop to iterate one by one for each character. And the second loop that I'll use will iterate from the next element. So if first element pointer is here, next, so the inner loop will start from B, then C and D, and we'll find if A is found, in else will start for B, like that. Okay, so for int j equal to I plus 0, j less than sentences dot length, and then j plus plus. Okay, and here we'll check if sentences dot caret I equal to sentences dot caret j. If it is found, then we'll just return sentences.char I. This is the first repeating character. Okay, and otherwise we'll return suppose underscore. Okay, so let's try to find see if it works. So what I'm doing here, the first loop that we have here will iterate through each character, and the next loop will start from the next value of the same sentences till end. And suppose if I have index of I is at A, and if I'll find A in any of the given characters, then we'll say that return that, and we'll say first duplicate character is A. Similarly, if it is B, then we'll start when it will start at B, from C until end. We'll check whether B is repeated or not. Okay, so let's try to run it, and in this sentence A B C D E F A should get printed. Okay, now there is some formatting issue. First duplicate. Okay, again I need to return a character. So okay, sorry, my bad, it's typo. Okay, so first duplicate is A. Okay, let me just format it so that we can see the output properly. So this is the input string, and in that A is getting repeated. Suppose I repeat B. In that case, B should be printed here. So why it's returning A always? Okay, so it was actually getting started from 1. Now suppose I will make it A. Now A should get printed. Okay, so first duplicate is A. Now this solution, even though it works, but the time and space complexity, if we'll see, this outer for loop will take 1n, and then since this loop gets repeated for each of the element, so it will go till O n square. Okay, and so this is costly. No one will approve this solution. Okay, so let's try to change it. Okay, we'll keep the same input and we'll see try to reduce. So right now its solution will give you O n square, O n into n. Okay, now let's try to implement the same thing in a let's try to optimize it basically. So Here what we can do, let's put all the values in hash set. Okay, so I had already imported hash set, and this will be of character, and this will be unique set. Okay, now as we know, set makes sure that the element stored in it will be unique, and we'll check that. We'll iterate each and we'll keep in the unique set, and while before adding in the unique set, we'll check if it is already exist. If it is not, then we'll add it in the unique set, and if it exists means that is the first duplicate, so we'll return it. So let's check here. If unique set dot contains sentences dot char I, if it already contains means we found the first duplicate, so what we'll do, we'll return sentences dot char I. Okay, else what we'll do, we'll append inside it, we'll add sentences dot char I. Okay, so if it didn't find, then we'll store it, and if it is fine, then we'll return it. Okay, so let's try to run it and see if it works. If it works, then we reduced one loop, and okay, so first duplicate is A. Let's try to change the input string. Now in this case, B should be returned. So I had reduced the complexity from n square to O to the power n. Okay, now still can we optimize it? Performance wise it is optimized, but we are using a separate, space wise it is not good. Okay, so we can further reduce this. How to reduce it? Let's see. What we'll do, we'll check if, and since I'm using Java, I will use some Java functions so that I don't need to use hash set. If sentences dot index of, okay, and this will be, so index of is a function that returns the occurrence of first occurrence of a given character. Okay, so what we'll do, we will find sentences dot char I. Okay, we'll check whether and here I'll check last index of. Okay, so if the first index and last index is same, it means this character is not duplicate. Okay, so if the first index of a given character is not equal to last index of that character, then it means that character is duplicate. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll return that character. Return sentences.char I. Okay, so we have further optimized it with space as well. Let's try to run it and see if it works. Again, I'm not using any ID, just to make sure that I will not get any help from ID for any of the method. Okay, so in this we have seen that B is the duplicate. Now let's try to change the input to suppose C. So in that case, A, B, C, D, E, F, C. So C is so to get printed. This, okay, so you've seen that first duplicate is C. Okay, so today we learned how to find the first duplicate character from a string. Similarly, we can find the first duplicate of a character array or integer array. Okay, so and we have seen how we can reduce the complex time complexity and space complexity of it as well. Okay, this was a bit easier, and next time we'll try to see some hard problem. Okay, this for this problem, this was medium complex. Okay, so thank you guys, keep on watching. And this question was asked in Amazon, Google, at many places. So let's try to do more coding practices before going for interview. Okay, thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe the video.